Hello and good morning, my lovely friends. This is Marta from Drop of Sunshine, and I'm coming to you with absolutely amazing news, my friends. I'm having a desk full of the goodies. Here you can see I have this massive pile of the card bases and the cardstock, and then I have this gorgeous decorative egg die, which I've just recently purchased. And I'm coming to you with the video because Craft Stash is having a absolutely massive scrunching summer sale, and all the products, basically everything apart from the few bits which are excluded, like a Cricut machines, Copic, Tombow markers. There's a few things which are excluded in the bargain section as well. But apart from that, anything else, everything is on the sale, my friends. Whatever you need, inks, Nuvo drops, gelatos, dice, stamps, plain paper, embossing folder, glue tapes, whatever you need or you think of, or this, if there was something you always wanted to treat yourself with, but you couldn't allow your budget, now this is the time. I have the link down below in the description. Just go there and have a look, my friends, because this is absolutely amazing sale. I've made my purchase today as well, and just to let you know, I've had few bits which I always knew I wanted to buy, and once I put a tons of products in my basket, it was nearly £90 worth. And once I use the discount code plus my 10% of the premium membership from the craft world, I've managed to lower my bill from nearly £90 to less than £50. So, oh my gosh, my friends, how amazing is that? I had so many free products through this sale that I just wanted to quickly come here, create the video, and let you know about the sale, because it's something which you don't really want to miss, because it's a perfect opportunity, especially if you're crafting, and you doing it regularly. There's definitely things which always running out, and we have to rebuy it like a cardstock, like a glue, like this basic staples. So this is a perfect opportunity, because if you spend, the more you spend, the more savings you have. And at the end of the day, if you have this premium membership, which gives you a 10% extra, so you can lower your payments, even up to 45%, which I did today morning, and I am absolutely over the moon. Now, my friends, going back to my cards now, I've decided to play a little bit with the goodies I have. You could see I had this little, like a spray shop, which I create from the cardboard box, which I bring from the store, and I line it up with a thick layer of the wallpaper, so it's not gonna be sticking the spray and the moisture, and from time to time I'm just replacing this wallpaper once it's already soaked up too much, and I just use it, and that way it protects my surfaces and everything around to get dirty while I'm spraying. And I spray one bit on a white cardstock and one on the craft cardstock. The craft cardstock, it's much more concentrated, like it's got this spray impression, because I didn't add as much moisture. I add water after, once it was a little bit dryish, and for the white cardstock I add the water when I was spraying with this Aladdin easing spray, and I just love them, and they are so concentrated in pigment and in the shimmeriness that they show beautifully, not only on a white cardstock but on the crafts cardstock as well. And here you can see I'm just adding couple sprays here of the water, and I am adding this lovely Spectrum Noir Sparkle Liquid Glitter Ink. Oh, it's a nearly tongue twisting to say that, but I love it. This is another super cool product I discovered thanks to the craft world. I've been saying that plenty times, but I just love it. And if you're gonna be, making a purchase, check on that one as well, because it's a lovely. It's for coloring, and you can do so many different things with it. I did the video on that as well, so I'll maybe just link it somewhere over here. If you're not seeing it, you can definitely check it, because I think I've just came up with 10 different ideas. You can use those little jars to color, to create the inks. I even create the ink pad for stamping from this liquid glitter ink, so I just love it. Now, the cardstock I'm using here, it's not the watercolor cardstock, so once I was drying it with the heating tool, it's got rub a little bit like curl here and there, but I am not worried about that, because one thing I'm gonna be doing afterwards, it will be using embossing folder, so that will straighten it up. And one thing I need to tell you, my friends, lucky news, I cannot share the whole the whole bit yet, but a little bit I can tell you. I've been commissioned to create some inspiration for some project which will be coming, maybe not very shortly, because it's a matter of 2-3 months, but it's definitely something I will share with you later on, once I will be allowed to say that. But I am so thankful for this opportunity. And I was creating some photo tutorial, like a step-by-step photo, and I had to take off my glass mat, because when I was doing it on the camera and it was very bright day, I just had too much shininess and reflection from it. And today I wanted to, and that was yesterday when I was creating that, and today morning I was just like, oh, I just leave this brown color wallpaper I have, but this craft cardstock, it's nearly the same color, so if some parts of the videos are less visible, then I am sorry about that, because I usually craft on this glass mat. But today I just wanted to quickly come and create a video to shout out and let you know about this fantastic offer from the Craft Stash. Now, my friends, I am using this Cosmic Shimmer Opal Blaze Polish in this gilded avocado color, which is absolutely amazing, and this makes this script instantly pop up. But one more thing I wanted to tell you about the glass mat. I've noticed, having here this wallpaper, when I was heating the paper, the glass mat is actually taking the heat and it's given back. I've noticed that the elements I am heating, like I have this comparison using this wallpaper here I'm having on my table, then the glass mat definitely helps up with heating, and especially if you heat like do embossing powder or heating the paper. Definitely when I was using the glass mat and I was heating it and I was pressing the paper down with my with my hand, I was nearly like ironing it, and I've noticed that this paper has curled a little bit more without the glass mat. I don't know, this is just something I wanted to let you know, that this is my observation. Now I am putting through the embossing folder the second paper as well, and I have two shades. I actually have two shades of this Cosmic Shimmer Opal Blaze Polish. One gilded avocado, which is like a green color one, and the second one is pink blueberry, which is this purplish pinkish color one. And this one I will use on the second panel. However, they're basically the same color. Like this green one, it was popping up, like you can see it here when you look on it on the paper. You can see instantly that this green color make enhance the entire area, when this pinkish blueberry one, it's just giving this nice shininess, but it's not as much visible as the previous one. And those Opal Blaze polishes, they work magically on the darker color as well. So this is also another thing. The darker color you are using, the best is to to show up, and it's just enhance your die cut elements beautifully. It works similarly like as rub and buff. And also one thing I wanted to mention as well, that each of those jar, they have this little like a plasticky cup, the white cup I was showing you a second ago. This is very important, my friends. Do not throw it away, because if you will throw this little stopper, your product will dry up much quicker, because this little bit of this plastic, what it does is sealing your container much tighter than just a cap on its own. So definitely keep these little bits, because this opal glaze, once it's dry, it will crumble. I don't have that problem. I have my products over a year and I never had a trouble with it. But I've heard from one of my friend, she left me some comment under one of my videos that her product has actually been dry. So I'm not sure whether it was improper storing, or maybe that was a manufacturer like a fault or something. But I have mine for over a year now, and I am absolutely lovely. So this is something I truly love. And just to let you know that always try to store your products correct way, so you will be able to enjoy them for much longer, and that way it will extend the lifetime of your products, obviously. Now, my friends, what I've decided to do is to create this panel, actually the layering underneath my color panel with this craft cardstock. And unfortunately I didn't attach those die to the paper very straight, so my panel for underneath is a little bit narrower on the bottom than on the top section, and it would not be a trouble if I would be attaching it to the craft paper. But because I'm setting it against the white cardstock, it makes it much more visible. The frame is not equal, but it was very easy fix. I just cut it half and no one will never notice. That way I will be able to attach it straight and make sure it's equal and even on the both sides. I trimmed this panel a little bit because it was much longer than my card, and now I want to use this thank you sentiment, which I also cut from the craft cardstock. But because my panel is this pinkish purplish color tone, the craft cardstock, it's not gonna be as visible. And if I will attach the sentiment, yes, it's gonna be visible. You still will be able to read it, but I wanted to have something to enhance it even more. So I reached for this lovely love and marriage die set from Christina's card making magic, and I have this beautiful amazing heart with this lovely lace pattern around it. And this is something which will help me to boost the sentiment and make it more visible. I do it quite oftenly that if you feel that your sentiment it's not visible as much as you would like, just back it up with the piece of the paper. Or another technique is to actually do some shadowing. If you will die cut this sentiment few times from different color cardstock, like a white or even like a gold or silver, and attach them few layers one on top of another, that will definitely give you the shadow effect on the sentiment, and something you can consider if you're not happy how is your sentiment sticking out from your card. So here I am just attaching those bits. I'm using the combination between liquid glue and double-sided tape. Now I love to use the double-sided tape because it gives you this clean look. There is always like this perfect gluing edge, nothing is sticking out. However, the double-sided tapes sometimes over the time, over the years, it's not gonna happen to you over a month or two, but 5-7 years from the time you create the card, sometimes the double-sided tape tend to dry out and they start coming off a little bit. It's not always a case. It also depends from the manufacturer. Some double-sided tapes are very good quality, the other one, cheaper one, are just like not very so good. So that's dependingly obviously from the quality, but there is risk that something will dry out. So that is why I'm always backing myself with the liquid glue. No matter what I'm doing, I always add that 2 or 3 drops even for the corners, because that way once the liquid glue is dry, it will dry for good. But this double-sided tape, it provides you with this perfectly attached edge, especially if you're doing a very narrow frames, like a very, very little, like a 1 or 2 millimeters one. The double-sided tape will give you this lovely finish, professional look finish, something you wouldn't be able to achieve with the liquid glue. You will have to add your glue like to very, very the whole surface, just to make this look really, really nice and neat. And the liquid glue sometimes tend to wrap your paper, curl your paper a little bit. So this is why I love and I always choose the double-sided tape, but I'm still backing it up with the liquid glue. Now here you can see I attach my panel with the foam tape, and now this front topper, I am backing the double layer of the foam tape just to raise it up a little bit more. And what I liked for my sentiments, I always like to attach them with the hot glue. I think it's just easier and just quicker way, and there is no risk of the glue to sink out underneath the sentiment if you add the liquid glue. However, if you're scared that you're not gonna be able to place your sentiment perfect way for the first time, and you're just scared that you won't be able to move it around, there is a tip. What I'm doing here, I wasn't happy how I glue it, so I reheat my sentiment, and this hot glue from underneath, it's heating up, and I was able to very gently, slightly move it around until I was happy. So this is a quick fix. If you glue something onto hot glue and it's not as great as you think, as you know, it didn't work on the first time, just heat it up with your heating tool and you will be able to slightly shift it, obviously not as much, but a little bit, just to fix up and make it look more straight. Now I am cutting myself this white border for underneath this darker panel I've created, and I'm also gonna be adding a little bit of the gold, which I will take a golden paper just in a second, because I feel that this little drop of the gold is making the card here is just absolutely amazing. Plus I have this beautiful, absolutely gorgeous ornamental dies from this decorative die set from Christina. And at first when I bought it, I just bought it thinking about the Easter time, because obviously it's got this beautiful egg, and I was thinking of creating some Easter cards from it. However, once I have this set delivered and I just take a closer look, my friends, this is amazing. There's so many different ornamental bits that I'm sure I will be using it all year round, maybe even for a Christmas card as well. I tried to create a Christmas card from it. So definitely something, not always the die which is thinking like you think as the first moment, oh, it's for a Easter, or it's for the Christmas. No, it does not have to be. Just always try to look on your dice on the other angle. Now I was looking for the sentiment to match this lovely banner I have from the Christina set, and here I'm just playing with the stamp. I have the set of the stamps which was free to go with the Creative Stamping magazine. I believe that was issue 41. I have a pile of them because I always buying them, and I have a subscription for those magazines because they're absolutely amazing. And here there's comparison for you to see how the different looks like between the dependingly how much strength you add to your stamping press, if you're going to be pressing your stamp, and if you hold it gently versus you really add that pressure, that will give you a different thickness of your stamp. So this is something also to for you to have a look. Like I always like to have my impression very lightweight. I don't really press the stamping platform. I just making sure it's nice and tight, like once I close it down, but I don't put too much pressure. However, if you put more pressure, the more pressure you put, the thicker your stamping image will appear. And here I am just cutting my elements, and this is beautiful. This little golden ornamental piece is just absolutely amazing, and I think it suits that panel very, very well. Here you can see I'm just how this panel looks like with this it's your birthday sentiment, and adding this golden bits. I just think it just make the job for this card. It's really, really something I love to do, to add this little bit of the sparkle and shininess. I like the second card as well, even though it does not have any gold or silver element to it, but I think the gold or silver, any type of the mirror cardstock, it's just add that extra elegance. And here I have the piece of the card. I will be cutting it as I'm just quickly measuring the panel just so I could cut something with the very, very narrow frame, and once I will have it, I will start attaching my elements. And from this place, I want to say thank you so very much, my friends. I hope you enjoyed this video. It goes nearly to an end. And one more thing I wanted to let you know, my friends, that on this Wednesday coming, I will have this craft along video with the craft stash. So from this place, I want to warmly invite you all, if you're having some time, some spare time, 6 o'clock p.m. this is a UK time, at 6 p.m. on the Wednesday 31st of the March, I will be guest on the craft stash craft along session, so we could come together, create something nice. I will be working with the shakers, so I'll give you a few tips and my take on the shaker cards, what I do and how do I create them. And then if you will have any questions, if there will be something you would like to ask, we could have the real conversation, because I will have my phone right beside me so I could read your messages and answer all of your questions. So definitely want to invite you for this event, and I hope to see you there as well. Now I am attaching my panel with this foam, not foam, double-sided tape, so I could have this nice clean attach edge to the layers. Like you will see, it's very, very clean glue, rather than using the liquid glue, what I've mentioned before. I just prefer to do it this way. I think it's just give that professional look. And I am attaching my card to the base, and here you can see it. This is what I was saying before, that not having this glass mat make this card base nearly disappearing, because you cannot see beside this white frame there is also a craft color edge, but I will show you that on the final photos. So sorry about that. I will be switching back to the glass mat today. I'm just having a plan to actually clean up my studio, and next week maybe I will do a little bit, show you a little bit of my crafting area once I clean it up, because now it's just terrible mess there. Every drawer, I have a mess. I still didn't sort everything out since we moved to a new studio, because at first I started reorganizing, and I really, really had a plan to reorganize, but the couple who was buying the house from us, they wanted to have the key earlier, their keys earlier, so I end up just throwing everything in just a random drawers, just to unpack everything and be able to start crafting. But now it's a time. Next week I will be doing a little cleanup, so I may not post any video. I will try to maybe create something, but I'm not sure yet. However, thank you so very much, my friends. I will definitely be back with creating videos as soon as possible, and maybe just show you a little bit behind the scene, how is my studio looks like, and what do I have, maybe what some organizational tips I have. So maybe that will be something interesting for you as well. And here my card is nearly finished. I'm just dressing them up with the Nuvo drops. So thank you so very much for your time. I am wishing you a wonderful weekend, my friends. Stay blessed, stay safe, and treat yourself with something with the craft stash as well while the promotion is lasting, because there's so many goodies, and definitely something worth to check in. The link is down below, as well as the supply list. So thank you for checking it, and have a wonderful day. I hope to see you shortly. Bye bye.